The feature race is race number 6, the Longines Cup. It's our trophy race of the night. Another Class 4, 1,200 metres the trip. Headed by Speedy Luck and Joe Moreira from Barrier 2. Split of a second back into Class 4 company. Happy Time, third last time out behind Champort, who has been beaten since by All Wong Choi. Methane makes his debut whichever way in... for David Ferraris and Lyle Hewitson. Bobley gets the blinkers back on. Door, Happy Valley for the first time. He's first up as well. Still a maiden after 12. And General Trump, he's first up as well. He'll jump from barrier number 11. Chuson, President Star, and Door are the horses that have been up at Chungfa. I think we're going to go with Methane, aren't we, Brett, or not?
I'm not sure what I'm going to say until I say it, actually. Yeah, Methane, he hasn't got a huge amount of pace, but he's not slow either. So midfield, they popped him in there in the speed map. Speedy Luck near the rail, Chuson closer to the rail, Bullish Brother. They can sort of tear up the track in the first sort of 150 metres. Bulb Elite, we're not sure where he could be. He has been going forward, or he has gone forward. He has sat off the pace. Split of a second, an interesting one dropping in class. And I think General Trump, who's been gelded in the off-season, drawn 11, likely to go back.
Speedy Luck now, I think he's come on quite a bit from his first up run. He did run fourth behind Ezra, and he goes nicely here in the mornings. Has run at Happy Valley before, just the one time, but he goes nicely there. Happy Time, not a bad piece of work for him. The hood will come off him on race day. The tongue tie, he's worn it in the past. He's got the tongue tie on. Zach Purden, barrier 4 for him, is third behind Champort. Wasn't too bad last start. And the other one we're looking at here is Bold Elite. Now, I'm highlighting him because he's put on 40 pounds, Bold Elite. They're putting the blinkers back on him as well. He's getting right down in the ratings, this horse. Dennis Yep and Ben So to me out.
Last time we wore the blinkers, they sent off odds on favourite. Yeah. They did. So we'll see what happens this time round. Speedy Luck. This is the Ezra race again. This is him first up over the 1,400 metres. They drop back to the 12 here. Yeah,
and the more I look at the race, the more I think he's probably hard to beat. Coming back to 1,200, changing tracks and drawn well. Second run down in this class. So only a couple of fourths so far for the 4-year-old by Poet's Voice, but I think he's right into this race up to his ears.
Yeah, I've got him on top, actually. I think he's a really good chance. And I just like the way he finished off now. It's interesting they're dropping back in trip, but I think he'll get around Happy Valley well. He's been there once before, see what I learned from that. From barrier 2, he should get a nice run.
All right, he was winning over a mile in the UK, but so 1,200 metres is interesting. What about Happy Time? Chris So trains him. Zach Purden, the man in the saddle.
Zach, Happy Time, he was getting to the line strongly last time out.
Yeah, the barrier just beat him, I think. If he had drawn a nice gate that night, he would have been in a handier position, and it might have been the difference.
Well, you get that good barrier on Wednesday night, gate 4.
Yeah, now we've got to get him out of the gates. He's very hit and miss at the start, but if we can get him out and take advantage of it, it's going to be a help. You've
ridden him in some work since then. How's he been?
He's coming along nicely.
There you go, coming along nicely. Hit the line quite nicely there as well, so I think Happy Time goes into calculations.
Yeah, I think he's the hardest for Speedy Luck. I've got him as the Quinella horse. I think he's going well.
Yep. All right, Bob Elite. Let's look at him in the trials now with the blinkers on. I think he was a false favourite, or certainly a false price when he set him off at, what was he, 1.6 or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
But the horse does have ability.
Oh, he definitely does. It's interesting he's put on all this extra weight. I mean, if you ever look at him, he's run second off a rating of 66. He's down to 50. Blinkers on. Thought this trial wasn't too bad. I'm going to keep him safe. I've put him in on for fourth.
It's all too frustrating for me, Andrew. I'm not sure what to do with him, to be honest.
OK, we'll leave him alone. Door, though, another one that has ability. Hasn't won in 12, but 5, 6 minor placings to his name.
Yes, fresh horse. Obviously, further's probably better, but this was a nice enough trial from Door up on the pace. You can just see him being pushed on final stages. Yeah, he's probably going to get run off his legs early. John Sires can often, with these types of horses, give them a run at the Valley and then they go to a more suitable race at Sha Tin. So I'm sort of thinking in that line of thought, but he's a dangerous one to leave out of exotics, quartets and so forth.
Yeah, I haven't got him in the numbers, but I know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
All right. They'll be ridden by Umberto Rispoli, got off the mark at Sha Tin on the weekend as well. Happy Time, the favourite, Paul.
Yeah, definitely. I've got him in there for second behind Speedy Luck. I think that's the clear Quinella there, wanted to beat 3. I vowed never to put Champort in ever again, but he's run 2 really good races, so he's starting to win me back over from barrier 1. He should get a nice opportunity, and we've talked about Bulb Elite. 1, 3, 4 and 8.
Yeah, look, I'm going to go with Happy Time That's the type of mood I'm in at the moment. Speedy Luck. Shuson, I thought he'd run well last start, and he did have to work a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised to see him get a little bit more of a softer run and kick on a bit stronger. I've got Shamport in. I considered Split of a Second. I looked at Bulb Elite. It was tick cross, but he could feature. Bullish Brothers, another one. Door. And even the one at the bottom, General Trump. I know he's close to a drop in grey, but he's a watch. He was 2 lengths off Mr. Croissant earlier in the calendar year. That reads all right for a race like this, I would have thought.
It certainly does, yep. I agree with Paula. I think the 1 and the 3 is the clear Quinella here in the feature.
Yeah, I think I ended up being the same as well.
We all agree. All right, that's race number 6, the Longines Cup. Next up for us, we go up in class and up in trip.